Hello, this video brought to you by Sankran. Visualforce Beyond Basics. Let user know what is happening. Normally, users doesn't have a lot of patience these days. When you have some request sent to the server, then like through some action functions, it needs to be responded within 1 second. That's a standard. If it takes more than 1 second, the user will have a very bad experience. So even in case if it takes more time for processing the server side, it could be that the server the your action function is doing some callouts or doing some really intensive processing. It could take more than 1 second. That happened even with my experience. So it shouldn't be a problem. But the only problem is hanging or instead of loading, instead of keep waiting the user, it's best to let them know what's happening in this server. Either it could spawn some asynchronous request, or it could have spawned a web callout. But the thing is, it should always let the user know what's happening. So there are a few methods. Either if it is if the progress is in terms of numbers, like for example, if you process few set of records, you can always send back how many records have been processed. In that way, you could build a progress bar in the UI, and user will know the how much it is progressed. Or at least if it can't be quantified, you can either say what's the status of the request through some status message. For example, if you're closing an opportunity through series of steps, you could always send back the response and do the action functions one by one, so that user know what's happening. Or better, if if it can't be quantified, or if it can't be if it can't have a different stage in the processing, then there's one more way, which is a least preferable way, to show a loaded image, so that user will wait patiently rather than uh, not knowing really what's the problem, because sometimes the network may be slow. Sometimes Salesforce will itself have some problem, and it's so really user doesn't know what is happening. So if there is a slowed message, they know that it's taking some time for processing. So let's come how to do that in Visualforce. As most of people know that it's achieved through action status, and it should be used whenever we send a request to server through some action methods like command button, command link, or action function, or action poller, or action support. Normally, I've seen people using start and stop message, the start text and stop text attribute in action status. But I have never seen people using much the start component and stop component through facet tag, so that you could customize your action components, so that user will know like what's happening. And also it's customizable. You could have like a loader placed in center of the screen, or at the corner of the screen, or you could make the loader bigger than your screen, and or it's smaller than certain component, or you can put behind certain component. You can do whatever you want with using facet tag. Let's see how to do that in the code. This is the page what I'm saying, is using an action status with a facet, then name equal to start. This is nothing but component which will be displayed when the action status action gets kicked off. Then you can have another facet with name stop. Then this component, whatever inside this tag, will be displayed when it finished performing the request. So for just for simplification, I have used action poller, to which will trigger every 5 seconds, which will call as spend some time action function. The purpose is because if the response needs to take some time, otherwise we won't see the loader message, loader image. So I've given a fake for loop which runs these many times by doing nothing, but it takes like about 3 seconds, so that we will come to know like which image getting displayed when this request is sent. Then the status, we have passed the ID for this action status. So this is the um, thing which will happen, like when the request sent, it will display the start component, and when the response received, it displays the stop component. So this is how it works. Don't forget to like this video and provide your comments or feedbacks below. If you like this video and want to share with friends, please share them, and if you want to notify about my future videos, please subscribe below. Thank you.